Yo, what's up, YouTube viewers? This is Faucher Boxing YouTube page in association with Charlie Brown Boxing, and I'm Carlos Faucher, aka Charlie Brown. Um, this video is for the Floyd Mayweather and Marcus Maidana fight. It's a prediction and analysis video for the fight that's going to take place next Saturday. Now, boy, I wasn't I wasn't really gonna do a video on this fight because I felt that Mayweather's already kind of like proven. Um, he's already proven that he can beat Maidana, and he certainly proved that he can, even when things get really rough, that he can make the adjustment in time and you know and adapt to his opponent and outbox them. So let's start with Mayweather for those of you who are not familiar with him. Uh, he's 5'8". He's got a 72-inch reach. He's 37 years old. He's had 46 fights, 46 wins, no losses, and 26 of those wins by stoppage. Um, he's fighting Marcus Maidana, who is 5'7", with a 70-inch reach. He's had 39 fights, 35 wins, 4 losses, no draws, and he's had 31 of those 35 wins by knockout himself. He's 31 years old. Now, for me, Mayweather's, if you look at his last, let's go back. I don't want to go back too far, but we look at let's look at his last 4 fights, and 3 of those being with his new contract with Showtime. I mean, he's beaten Miguel Cotto, who was a very tough opponent for him. Came forward, he bloodied up his nose and stuff like that. And Miguel Cotto was was fighting at light middleweight when that fight took place. So was Mayweather. So Mayweather's shown that he can already take on big, strong opponents. And within that fight, he was able to fight in the pocket and adapt. Now, there's been a lot of stuff in the media about Mayweather this week, and I'm not really gonna comment on that just yet, but I will get around to it. But I'll just keep it boxing for now. The fight after Miguel Cotto was against Robert Guerrero, a southpaw, tall, who was a good boxer. Robert Guerrero was a really good boxer at the lower weights before he made the step up to 147. But he was, Mayweather was on fire that night. It was his first fight on Showtime deal, and Mayweather impressed quite well in that fight. Robert Guerrero was unable to hit him, and Mayweather done his thing. His next fight was against Canelo, as you all know, another big, strong guy that was at light middleweight, completely outclassed Alvarez in every department. Alvarez was unable to land punches on Mayweather. So, after that, Mayweather fought Marcus Maidana, as you know. He, in my view, had a very tough first 5 rounds. I think he lost all of those rounds, but many people say that he probably only lost 3 or 4 of those. But I'll be real, not to discredit Marcus Maidana. From a pressure point of view, he was able to give Mayweather a lot of trouble. Now, basically, for me, this time round, if Mayweather's too, if Mayweather does what I think he'll do, what I definitely think he'll do, this fight won't go the distance. Um, I think I just got a feeling. I know most people are expecting a majority decision win or unanimous, but I think that we could see a knockout this time round. I'm hoping that he knocks him out. I'm really hoping that he actually goes to knock Maidana out. It doesn't just come there and be cute defensively and stay on the outside for the whole fight. And he definitely will tighten up his defense and his head movement and all that kind of stuff. But I expect Mayweather to punish him with a high work rate, break him down, and really go for the knockout this time. That's what I'm expecting. Um, I'm very seldom on this YouTube thing. Am I wrong when it comes to predictions? And but let's talk about Maidana. Let's not take away. It's a two-horse race. It's a fight. You can't just completely talk down his opponent. Let's break down the last four fights. No, the last five. I'll be nice to him. The last 5 fights of Marcus Maidana was against Jesus Soto Carras. That was a good fight. Knocked him out in the 8th round. It was a very good fight because Soto Carras as well was bringing it to was really bringing it to Maidana in that fight. But quite rightly, remember he was knocked down as well. So he was able to get up, continue and outclass Carras. Now within that fight, I think that's when he started working with Robert Garcia, who at the time I was thinking was a really good trainer. I still think Robert Garcia is a good trainer, but there's been a few antics surrounding this fight and with Alex Ariza and stuff like that, where I think, well, I've lost a tiny bit of respect for Robert Garcia. Now I'll tell you why in a minute. After that, he fought Martin Angel Martinez. That fight was in Argentina. I don't even think that was televised, but he knocked him out in the 3rd round. He fought Josecito Lopez and was able to knock him out by technical knockout in the 6th round. And then they got the shot for the WBA welterweight title against Adrian Broner. Maidana was able to win the unanimous decision, and he was able to knock Broner down twice in that fight. That was a very good fight. So before Maidana went in the ring against Mayweather, he had a good warm up. He had been in there with good opposition. Before he fought Jesus Soto Carras, he had lost to Devon Alexander, who's quality. But Maidana definitely earned his shot at Mayweather. But you have to realize that, like I said before, he got in the ring with Mayweather, and there was a complete difference in levels between Adrian Broner and Floyd Mayweather. Completely different. I think Floyd was able in that fight not to really go to war as much as he would have liked, or wasn't really boxing the way he should have boxed, should I say, on the outside. And Maidana did really well in that fight. But let's be real, other than the Josecito Lopez fight and the Soto Carras, where he looked really good, in the Broner fight, he didn't look good against Mayweather. I'm sorry to disappoint people. But Floyd Mayweather outclassed. He did in the last 7 rounds. He was outclassing him, not completely, not by a landslide, but you know, uh, Maidana didn't look so good in those last 7 rounds. He was throwing a lot of a lot of headbutts, a lot of knees, a lot of illegal stuff. It was like MMA fighting and wrestling at one point. And although that tactic, I've always said, like, there's certain trainers, I'm always weary of trainers who keep adopting, making their fighters adopt those sort of tactics where they're always fighting dirty and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, boxing is not like, it's not a cuddling competition, you know what I mean? But you know, I think that definitely Maidana showed a lot of he showed a real bad side to himself, and subsequently he lost as a result of it. So I lost respect for Robert Garcia after that fight. All the craziness with the gloves, um, the way they tried to get Maidana to fight in gloves that had horsehair and stuff like that. It was just ridiculous, man. You can't really make a case for Robert Garcia and Marcus Maidana there. It was wrong of them. I know we don't live in a perfect world, but if you're gonna earn your victory, earn it the fucking honest way, man. Pardon my French, but earn it the right way. Um, they'll try and cheat people out of their thing. It's not the first time that Robert Garcia has been in a corner where there's been something wrong with gloves. He was also in Antonio Margarito's corner when they had their little glove game. So what do I think? I've broken down both fighters. I stand by my decision, man. I'm expecting Mayweather to knock out Maidana within. If I was being real cocky, I wanted to make a lot of money, I'd say probably no more than 6 rounds. But just to safeguard myself, I say he'll probably do it in the later rounds, maybe round 11 or round 12. He'll knock him. Whether it's a TKO or whether it's a complete knockout, I don't know. But I can feel it coming. And the reason why I say this is because for the last, how many months now? That was in May, June, July, August. So the last 3 months, Mayweather's been in the media constantly. I don't know if they knew that. If I look at it from a business point of view, maybe the pay-per-view numbers or whatever, the viewing numbers or the actual public's interest in the fight wasn't as high as anticipated, and a lot of people weren't really in favor of Mayweather fighting Maidana again, and I wasn't either. But I don't know. For some reason, Mayweather's personal life again has somehow creeped into become public consumption. Now, whether he brings this upon himself or whether he doesn't, I know that most people, about the law of attraction and all the rest of it, and what you put out into the atmosphere, blah, 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 blah. This is the only sport in the world, and people need to understand this. It's not a sport, really. It's a business. It's a blood sport, a game, whatever. But it's the only sport, really, on a whole, where a fight, the competitors can actually have an ego. This is the only fight. This is the only game where you can actually play those sort of mind games to that level. Really, it's one of the only games like that. And Mayweather is the master of mind games, man. My only thing is, because I don't know why people made such a big deal about his reading and stuff like that. I didn't really feel it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Mayweather's perfect. Nobody's perfect. We're not all perfect, but I'll defend him. I'll defend him to the end. I'm not a flow mouth, but I'll defend him to the end now because I just hate seeing uh, a rich and successful black brother um, cornered like that by people. Yes, some of it is self-inflicted. Some of it, but he's had everybody, man. He's had all these ex-girlfriends and ex-hoes coming out of the woodwork. Um, I say 50 is another ex-ho. no, no homo, but no pun intended either. But I just he's another one who, and I used to like 50's music. Well, his first album was good, but you know, I know they were friends or whatever, but he keeps coming out like a sort of scorned girlfriend. You know what I mean? Every month there's something else. Floyd, learn to breathe, Floyd, something that it's just come on, 50, man. Um, with regard to uh, Chantel Jackson, his ex-fiance, I don't really know about the story. I've seen a video with her crying with some feminist looking. I can't even remember what the woman's name is, but I just remember that this this solicitor or lawyer is always been one of them ones to collect money. Yeah, she's not one of them ones that'll put you in jail. I just remember, I can't remember her name, but I remember her face. She's always collecting some kind of payoff from somebody or something, man. So I hope Floyd sorts his business with um, his ex-partners and all of them really, because it's not the kind of energy that you really want riding around you permanently, especially if you've got children and all that. It's not really good for everybody to absorb that kind of negative energy. But yeah, again, I'm not his counselor. I'm just saying, man. For me personally, um, he should maybe look to strike some sort of deal or bargain or something with her. But I think it's a bit tit for tat with the both of them. And as a man, with a little boy myself, I'm not really in favor of the abortion queenism, but I don't know, I don't know people. I'm just talking from my experience. I'm not really in favor of it, especially with his twins, um, whether they're his or not. I don't know what the situation was, but I'm just saying, I've heard so much shit on YouTube, but I'll be real, man. If a woman aborts twins, man, there's something fucked up. There's either something, yeah, there's something fucked up. That's how I feel about it. But anyway, forget all that. We won't finish on a negative. I got Mayweather winning this. If he wins it on points, he wins it on points. But I can't see it. I've seen him winning it by TKO. Actually, that's really what I'm visioning. Either TKO or KO between the first and the sixth round. And I hope that, you know, with all that he is going through, that he can just hold his head high, stay positive, um, and just remember his family, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, at times like this, they're the only people he's really got. And I hope he's good to the women that are around him now. All them women and that, I hope he is good to them because this is not a good thing to keep having around you. It's not a good type of energy to somebody to keep trying to claim money off you and this and that, trying to sue you all the time. And after a while, it might be fun at first, but after a while, it does start to kick in. I think his saving grace is that he has quite a bit of money to be able to sort of go on vacation or whatever when he kind of feels like it or whatever. So anyway, I'm not a man's counselor. Uh, I don't know the guy, but I wish him all the best. I wish both fighters all the best, really, in life in general. But I got Mayweather knocking him out in under 6 rounds, and I'm going to stick to that. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about Mayweather, and hopefully all goes well. We get the Pacquiao fight, the Manny Pacquiao fight next year. I don't know if I'm going to be watching it. I did say I would boycott it because I thought it was a bit meaningless, the fight. But given the circumstances, and Mayweather's done it again, man. You know, somehow I'm drawn to this fight now. But I hope he knocks him out, man. I really do hope he knocks this Mexican guy out. I mean, sorry, this Argentinian guy out. You know what I mean? And I'll leave it there, man. Bless.